Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, we're starting the trilogy of Quick and Dex combined, one team, all Garps challenges. That is right, we have put together a Dex and Quick team taking down all the 10-star Garps challenges. So as of this moment, I have recorded all three, and in today's video, we are going to be starting with WhiteBeard. Now, if you guys need to have a look at the support, some of the supports on this particular team are very, very key. You definitely need Old Man Hyoru on your Luffy and Law, and it was pretty fun to see that Luffy and Law takes the limelight for this particular trilogy, as they are our captains, being a rainbow captain. They have very good switch abilities, and this team actually functions fairly well. Navy was just a little bit tricky, but for the rest of them, once you sort of got the gist of what's going on, it's actually fairly simple. So once we get to stage 3, we come up against the watermelon head guy, and we actually get our first lot of attack down. Now, unfortunately for us, we basically just have to cop this. With this particular team, and with the release of Sanji and Pudding, we now have 6 Dex and Quick units, and this has given me a couple of ideas to try and build some other teams that can revolve around double colors, very similar to the ones that I did with Luffy and Sanji's release, where I did the strength and psi combo. I will actually be going back to that to see if we can actually take down the Navy as well, but on stage 3, we are just going to have to stall out their attack down, but with the switch abilities of Vivi Rebecca, with the switch abilities of Sanji Pudding, with the switch ability of Bardo Cavendish, we can actually get a lot of healing, and with Law as our captain, if we actually hit some perfects, we can actually get a lot of healing from this particular leader skill as well. So, on this particular stage, we are going to get our specials reversed because we actually have to take a couple turns. But it's not really the end of the world, as the amount of healing we have actually just keeps us afloat. And as long as we switch with Sanji Pudding at any point before we start taking damage, we are actually going to heal back that damage, or 25% of that damage, moving into the next stage. So it works really, really well. Using Luffy as a captain as well was actually a lot of fun. It brought back a lot of nostalgia, because when Luffy first released, like, that unit was absolutely god tier. It was just absolutely game breaking, and the power creep around that time was insane. Nowadays, they sort of just use it as a sub, especially with the Sanji Pudding release. They're a very, very good sub for Sanji and Pudding, but using them as a captain was a lot of fun. The downside to using this team, while it does complete 2 colors in one run, it's not exactly the quickest run in the world, and you do need to be switching pretty much every single turn. As you can see, we can still do quite a lot of damage just with our switch abilities. Luffy and Law giving themselves a 2x attack boost, as well as Bardo and Cavendish giving themselves a 1.5x orb boost, helps out quite a lot. And with this particular team, we can actually get a lot of matching orbs. Sanji Pudding, Bardo Cavendish, and our 2 Laffys can actually give themselves matching orbs every single turn, which is really, really fun and really, really handy. We also have a lot of utility with Django and Kuro. They can give some bind removal, some paralysis removal with their switch, which actually comes in handy moving into the WhiteBeard stage. The Marco Vista stage, as well as on the Navy stage, removing blind. But on stage 4, we come up against Haruma for Atmos and the Chainball guy. I don't remember that guy's name, but I think it's like, it starts with R, but I don't know. It's not Ryuma, that's the Swords dude from Wano, but it is what it is. They're going to give us 3 turns of special bind, which unfortunately we're just going to have to stall out. But as you guys will see here, just literally with our switch abilities, the amount of damage we can actually output is actually absurd. We can easily take out Atmos, we can easily take out Haruma, I think it's Haruma, or Haguma, and then we can focus on the Chainball guy. After the second turn, he's going to blow away 2 random units, so make sure that you do take him down before that. But like I said, with the switch abilities, giving yourselves matching orbs, getting that attack boost on Luffy, and getting the orb boost on Bardo Cavendish, it actually helps out significantly in dealing enough damage to just take out these little fodder stages. Onto stage 5, we come up against Fossa, Speed Gear, and Iso. Normally, Fossa can be on like a 4-turn, 3-turn, or 2-turn cooldown, but ideally what we want to do on this particular turn is switch into our Dex units and try and do as much damage as we possibly can onto our boy Speed Gear. We really want to take him out, otherwise he's going to start putting in a lot of damage, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal as we have a lot of healing on this particular team. As you guys can see though, with our Dex units, we can put a lot of work in. Then we're actually going to switch to Fossa, and we're actually going to take him out as well. Don't worry if he's on a 2-turn, 4-turn, doesn't matter what cooldown he's on, we're going to take him out in one go. Onto the next stage, onto the next turn now, we are going to start focusing on Izu. Ideally, you want to be your Dex units, but the thing with this team is you always want to be switching with Bardo Cavendish for damage reduction, and you always want to be switching with Vivi Rebecca to get the chain multiplier buff. Very important that you're doing that, otherwise you are going to lose a lot of damage, and you're actually going to take a lot more damage. But as you can see on this particular stage, we can easily take out Izu on that second turn, and move on to the next stage against Jozu. Now against Jozu, he puts up 3 turns of damage reduction, and he puts up 3 turns of defense up. So what we're going to do on this particular stage, we are going to use the special of Sanji and Pudding, and with the support of Onami, we can actually set the defense to 0. That way we remove all the defensive effects. We can switch into our Dex units if we have the option to. But like I mentioned, you always want to make sure that you are switching with Vivi Rebecca. On this particular stage, it's not overly essential to switch with Bardo Cavendish, but they're not getting the color affinity buff anyway, so giving them the extra orb buff is a little bit nice. As you can see, we can take out Jozu. He gives us normal attacks only when he dies, and then we can move on to the next stage against Marco and Vista. Against Marco and Vista, we get 3 turns of attack down, 3 turns of paralysis, and 3 turns of chain lock. It's very, very annoying this particular stage, but with this particular team, we can actually get around it fairly easily. We're going to switch with our Django and Kuro. That way we can get rid of 1 turn of the paralysis. Switch with Bardo and Cavendish. That way we can give ourselves damage reduction. And then we're actually just going to pass a turn. Really, you want to try and hang on to some orbs if you possibly can here. But on the next turn, Laffy's just going to hit so damn hard that we can easily take out this particular stage. So we're going to switch back with our Django and Kuro. That way we can remove the rest of the paralysis. And then we can use our Luffy and Law special. The reason we want to use our Luffy Law special is so that we can get the support of Old Man, I think it's Old Man Hiruma, I think his name is, Hiyu. He's going to remove 2 turns of attack down, which is super, super nice. And we also get a 2.5 ton orb boost with our Laffy unit, which is really, really cool. As you guys will see here, even with the chain lock, it doesn't really matter. We can do enough damage to take out Marco and put a whole bunch of damage into our boy Vista as well. As when we switch with our Luffy and Law, we can actually get a 2 times attack boost too, which is really, really nice. On the third turn, we are just going to take out Vista, and then that way we can move into the final stage against Ace and WhiteBeard. Like I said at the beginning, there's just so many switch abilities in this particular team that's what sort of takes up most of the time, is literally just switching with your units, just consistently switching, getting those matching orbs. Literally only 2 units on this team cannot get themselves matching orbs, which is really, really cool. On to the final stage against Ace and WhiteBeard. Ace is going to be a strength unit who slot binds your top and bottom row, where WhiteBeard is actually a quick unit. And the beautiful thing about running a Dex and quick team combined is we actually have color affinity against both of them, which is super, super nice. I'm going to switch with Vivi Rebecca, and then we can use our Vivi Rebecca special to give ourselves a 2 times attack boost and a 2 times orb boost to our cerebral units. And then we can switch with our Sanji Pudding and our Laffy captains. That way we can actually remove the slot bind. We can use our Laffy special to give ourselves a 4.5 times captain multiplier. And I don't actually know if we used the Bardo Cavendish special at all this run, but it really doesn't matter too much. Same with the Django Kuro special. We actually don't use it. They're basically just here to satisfy the Dex and quick requirements. Once we've done that, we basically have matching orbs on everybody. Be mindful though too that once you use the Laffy special, you will actually become a fighter and a slasher, which means they won't actually get a buff. Okay, apparently we don't even switch. Sorry, we don't even use that special. Well, you can get a butt ton more damage if you do switch with them. Oh, okay, I see what I do here. So I actually save their special for the second turn, and that way we get the 2.5 times orb boost. I really don't think that's necessary, but I mean, it worked, I guess. So there you guys go. That was Dex and Quick in one run against WhiteBeard. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure to belt that like button. And if you're new to my channel, hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you're on this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lights